In this section, we learn about method overrides. By mastering method overriding, methods of superclass. In the previous section, we talked about that in the inheritance relationship. This class inherits from the superclass non-private, which is a modifier of public, and protected modifier. So, can we use the methods of the superclass when we're not when we're not happy with the methods of our subclasses? That's what we're going to learn in this section. In an inheritance relationship, subclasses automatically inherit the methods defined by their superclasses, but sometimes in this class needs to make some changes to the inherited methods. Then this is the time to rewrite. It's time to rewrite the superclass method. So in this class, the overridden method needs to have the same method name as the method being overridden. The same method name, parameter list and return value type. In other words, since you're overriding someone's superclass method, you need to have the same method name. With the same method name, parameter list and return value. Okay, so let's look at an example of rewriting. So in this case, we have an animal and an animal class. So for the subclass dog, inheriting from animal, we can't just inherit the method. Well, after inheriting, we can rewrite the method. He used to call the animal to make a barking sound. After we rewrite it, the sound is wong wong wong. So we're testing. When we create the object, then the method we call, then it should output wong wong. Because I've rewritten the superclass, we don't write anything here. Well, just use its inheritance structure. Okay, here we write another dog. Inherit animal. Okay, we're done with animal. We have one method in animal. We're gonna rewrite this method. Okay, let's rewrite this one. Well, rewrite it to wong wong wong. Okay, so let's go ahead and write a test method for him. Okay, create a subclass of dog. Then we call the method. It's obvious, because we're creating a dog object at this point, and the method has been overridden, hasn't it? Then when he executes it, it's wong wong wong. Okay, let's go back to the PowerPoint. So this is a good execution, right? It's a good execution. Then, there are a few things to note. When this class overrides a method of a superclass, can't use more stringent weights than the method being overridden in the superclass. Access. For example, if the method of the superclass is public permission, then the method of this class cannot be private. That's when the mutation error occurs. Let's try this. Then we rewrite it as private. This time, you can see, I'm going to remove this position. Then we see, at this time, it is not reported as an error. Then you want to change it to smaller than him. I do not write it. It's not also not work. He requires that you must also be a public modifier. Then it's okay. Unless you make it smaller. Like if he doesn't write. Which means that subclasses have less access than superclasses. It's more lenient. This is what we call permissions as a precaution to rewrite. If you write it this way, It's going to have some problems with errors, okay? Then the second one. This is an error about permissions. Okay, let's pay attention to that in the future. About the rewriting of this method. It must be consistent with the superclass we've taken on. That's all.